very special guest, someone from my neighborhood, or maybe Lyle. We'll say you from my neighborhood, I'm from your neighborhood. But Lyle Collins, a former Redemptorist High School football player, LSU, Dallas Cowboys, Cincinnati Bengals, and a little stint with the Buffalo Bills. So one of our favorite Baton Rouge natives are with us. Hello, this is Coach Sid Edwards with Sidelines with Coach Sid. We're excited for our show today. We have a very special guest, someone from my neighborhood, or maybe Lyle. We'll say you from my neighborhood, I'm from your neighborhood. But Lyle Collins, a former Redemptorist High School football player, LSU, Dallas Cowboys, Cincinnati Bengals, and a little stint with the Buffalo Bills. So one of our favorite Baton Rouge natives are with us today. So welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it, Coach. Thanks for having me.
Well, I'm excited to have you here today. Okay, of course, I'm now the mayor, president of East Baton Rouge Parish, but at the core of who I am, I'm still a football coach. I'm just an old ball coach, and to have someone like you, someone who made it and is a testament to the city of Baton Rouge, the spirit of Baton Rouge. It's just an honor to have you on today.
Well, thank you. I definitely appreciate this honor and this opportunity to be here, sitting with you, talking life, talking ball, talking, everything that helped me be in this position I am today. So it's a great honor.
Well, it's mutual. Well, tell me this. You're a proud Baton Rouge native. What neighborhood did you grow up in Baton Rouge? Like, where are you from? Where did you go to high school? Which I've kind of mentioned it already, but let you tell the story.
So I grew up over in North Baton Rouge off of Chippewa and Scenic. Some people like to call it CC Lockdown.
Okay.
So that's a neighborhood I grew up in. And it was, it definitely was, there was the pros and the cons, obviously, but, I would say the biggest thing that it taught me was just learning how to continue to push when things get hard, because obviously it wasn't the easiest growing up in that area. There were a lot of different challenges, a lot of different things that kind of go into growing up in Baton Rouge and, specifically in the area I grew up in. So, just looking back now, I'm just completely grateful. I'm completely thankful to have the people that I've had along the way to help me be in the position I'm in today.
Well, I mean, you're a person that all our young people can look up to because you made it. I know one of the hardest things, I was the head football coach at Estruma the last 2 seasons, and so many of them, those young people feel their way out is professional athlete or rapping, but sometimes it stops there, I learned. They think if you can't be, and very few, a very small percentage like yourself can make it that way, and we've always been trying to teach those young people there are other things to do. You can be a doctor, a lawyer, a mailman, a welder, a carpenter, an electrician, and giving them opportunities. I was at a graduation last night, North Baton Rouge Initiative, where 80 people graduated in a trade that they can walk right out of that building and get a job last night. And so to me, you're a person that Baton Rouge needs. I'm glad you're coming back. I know you plan on continuing your career, but a lot of our youth could learn so much from you, and I appreciate that. Well, tell me about the Wolfpack. You went to Redemptorist High School. What are some of the lessons or values that you took from that high school, and what helped shape you into the man you are today?
Redemptorist was a life-changing place, and when I say that, I mean it. Going to school there not only helped me understand my path in life, but it also showed me so many other different things that I was going to need for life that I didn't even know. So just going into a program like that, it was bar none, the best I was fortunate to be coached by great coaches, great leaders, Coach Guy Mastretta, Coach Jimmy, Coach Black. I mean, the list goes on. Just great men that were truly just in it to, help guys develop, help guys see something bigger than themselves while we're all combined trying to reach an ultimate goal. And, the journey and the process is what it's all about, because as you're going, sometimes we don't even know which way we're going to go or how we're going to get there. But if you just continue to grind, keep your head down, stay focused, the opportunities are limitless. And that's what going to Redemptors taught me and showed me day in and day out. It reestablished the levels in which you could see life, and in which you can interact with people that don't look like you, people that come from all different places, and it's just amazing, really truly amazing to be a part of that and to have come up under that.
Yeah, I was blessed. We're alumni together. I'm a Redemptorist graduate myself, and the diversity of the school and the nurturing environment, the discipline, and everything it provided. We talked about it off air, how sad it is that they closed that place. If there ever was a need for a school like that in that neighborhood, that was the one.
Absolutely.
I've been a lot of places, and I'm not going to chop on anywhere else I've been. I've enjoyed everywhere I've been, but there was only one Redemptor.
Only one.
So, okay, you go to school there, and then you got a decision to make, and you stayed home, and you chose LSU. Talk a little bit why you chose them and other schools that were recruiting you and trying to get you to come to their school.
Well, the great thing about going to Redemptors was the moment I stepped on campus, the competition level was at an all-time high, and obviously iron sharpens iron. So, being a young guy coming in with just raw amount of ability, the willingness to literally do whatever it takes to win. Wow. Before I went to school there, I couldn't tell you what I wanted to be in life. I didn't know. I knew I had ability. I knew there was an opportunity, but getting into the flow of that, going to that school, I wouldn't be here today had it not been for Redemptors High School.
Right. Same. I feel the same way. So you chose LSU.
Mm-hmm. LSU was home, from just growing up. There was nothing better. Literally, you eat, sleep, breathe LSU. And I think the beautiful thing about it is, our state isn't the biggest state, in America, but when you look at the stats and you look at the guys, when you grow up here in Louisiana, it's almost like, you go outside and you see how hot it is. Either you're gonna run or you're gonna run, and it's like when you get over that hump, when you're constantly day in and day out, you're grinding that truly prepared me for the hardest things, in life. And going to LSU, it was just a no-brainer. I obviously was highly recruited, every school in the world, and nothing compared to LSU for me.
Well, let me ask you this. If you were advising young people, what's your message to the young people of Baton Rouge who have dreams, whether it's in sports or other avenues, and you had to give a message to the young people of Baton Rouge to encourage them, what would it be?
I would simply tell them, look at life like a wheel almost. and you look at how that wheel goes. You have the lug nuts that keep the tire in place. You have the rim that's set for the tire to be on. Then the tire goes on, and you have to inflate it. So, for me, you can't do one thing without the other.
Right.
So you're just as good as the person on the side of you. And that's one thing that football also teaches you. And it also teaches you, you're one of 11 to be out there to do your part for the ultimate betterment of the team and for everybody to succeed. So when you look at it as in, okay, let's say I'm the tire, and I got my rim, and they got to tighten the lug nuts up, whatever. Everybody has their part. You do your part to the best of your ability, and you lock in on it. It takes 10,000 hours to master something. So just when you think you got it, you have to continue to go, continue to push, continue to look for direction, continue to ask the people around you, how can I get better? Is there anything you can see that you can tell me that I can get better in any aspect of my life? And that's accountability. That's that's truly what it's all about.
You heard it, folks. That's some beautiful words from Lel Collins, one of Baton Rouge native, one of Baton Rouge's favorite sons. Well, we're about to wrap up, but tell me, you have a camp coming up?
Yes, sir.
Talk a little bit about your camp.
So July 11th, we are going to do a football camp here in Baton Rouge at Memorial Stadium. And something, I've always loved to do every year is just get back. We had guys like Warwick Dunn, more guys, but mainly I remember Warwick Dunn every year. He would come back and give the free camp. And when I tell you, just leaving there and knowing how that made me feel as a kid, and just knowing that I got better that day, that pushed me a little bit further to where I ultimately want to be. I mean, any opportunity that I could give for somebody just like me, coming from where I come from, I'm here. I'm here to support it, and I care, and I'm all in.
Well, I started a program many years ago, Men for Others, which ties into our football program. And this summer, we have an initiative with the Men for Others program where the 11 EBR playing schools are out there doing community service, doing community walks, kind of tied into your camp as well, where we'll talk about it, at your camp with the young people as well. So it's a program, an initiative in Baton Rouge we've kicked off, and we're really excited about it. And we're excited that Lel's having his camp July 11th, correct? July 11th, to get these young people out and get the community involved. And I appreciate having you on today, man. It does my heart good. Two wolves right here on the Sidelines with Sid podcast. It's the best part of my day. So appreciate you taking the time to come spend some time with us, and good luck going forward.
Thank you, Coach. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Good luck to you.